Peace and blessings. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Message. I am Dharma Shakti. It is really an honor to be here with you. These videos are designed to kind of give you something to think about throughout the course of your week so that you begin to make your way through your week with a different consciousness and a different mindset. You know, it's important that we take time to check in with our heart set and our mindset and reflect on how we've been showing up to our lives. And so these videos are made in an effort to help you do that. So let's dive right into our quote for today. Today's quote is by one of my favorites, Reverend Michael Beckwith. I actually really love this quote. I remember when I first heard it and it just really resonated with me. And it's something that I often say in my yoga classes. So here is what Michael Beckwith says, Mr. Reverend Michael Beckwith. He says, "It is not an emergency. It is something trying to emerge from within you." I really appreciate this. This helped me look at my challenges so differently. You know, it's along the lines of that saying of, instead of asking, why is this happening to me, we ask, why is this happening for me? When we begin to change our perspective and we begin to look at life differently, our life starts to unfold in a completely different way. When we stop being the victim and we start being the victor. You know, this reminds me of another saying that I've heard from many of my teachers. You can either allow it to make you bitter or you can allow it to make you better. And this quote here from Reverend Beckwith is completely in alignment with that. You know, we can allow it to be an emergency where we are just losing our mind. Whatever the challenge is in our life, whatever the thing is or the circumstance or the scenario that we find ourselves in, we can totally have a freak out, melt out moment. We can have a freak out, melt out day, week, month, even a full year some of us spend in our meltdowns because we think what's happening in our life is an emergency and we're just losing our shit because we don't know what to do in an emergency. And if we can just shift our focus enough to where we can say, well, this is an interesting challenge. What is it trying to call forth from within me? What is trying to emerge from me in this particular situation? Now, I don't know if it's just as I am getting older and have more life experience and a little bit more hindsight that I can look back on, it gets a lot easier for me to apply this particular thought or this particular approach. I know for a fact when I was younger, we get really caught up in the drama of the emergency. We get caught up in the drama of, I'm the victim, look what happened to me. Can you believe that this thing is happening to me? And we don't ever take time to stop and go, well, this thing is happening. What is it trying to draw forth from within me? And so I encourage you as you make your way throughout the week, no matter how old you are, like I wish I would have had a lot of this knowledge and information when I was in my early 20s. My life would have been very different. But such was my life, you know, and my life happened the way that it did so that this stuff could emerge from me. When we look back at our life and we look at how things played out and we can look back with fondness and gratitude, even for the difficult moments, we can really begin to pinpoint, oh, when that thing happened, it drew out my strength. I found my voice. Wow, I really stepped into my leadership role, whatever it is. So instead of always looking back in hindsight and going, oh, wow, I see how that cultivated that thing in me. How about we look in the present moment of this thing is happening right now. It's not an emergency. I don't need to panic and freak out and have a meltdown, throw my arms up or hide under the covers or whatever it is that we do when we feel like there is an emergency. Some of us overreact, some of us underreact, right? It's that fight flight kind of mode that we go into. Instead of shifting into that mode, what if we stayed in our present, calm, grounded mode and we just honestly asked ourselves the question, what is trying to emerge from me here? Right? What is trying to emerge from me? And it could be a plethora of things, you know? And so take time to reflect on whatever is going on in your life. Honestly reflect instead of, oh, this is happening and this sucks and why do I deserve this? Like, you just got to put all that stuff aside because life is going to be full of challenges. And if we just sat around to dissect why all those things are happening, our whole life is going to pass us by and more challenges are going to pile up. But if we took time to go, okay, this difficult thing is in front of me, this thing that feels urgent, that I have to deal with it, I got to do something about it, or I need to solve it, or I want it to go away, that leads to making it often feel like an emergency. And so we overreact, and we like, not our best self comes through in that moment. Our sort of like reactive self comes through in that moment. So with this particular concept, it's asking us to come from our responding self. How can I respond to this moment? Not react in an emergency, but how can I respond to the challenge that is in front of me? What is it that's trying to emerge from me? What is it? And so, my friend, I ask that you just take time to reflect on your life. You know, it's Monday. Maybe at the end of the day, you can find yourself in a nice, quiet space journaling about this. Or, you know, for me, I get a lot of clarity in the bath with the hot bath water and some crystals and some candles and some essential oils. But, you know, you do whatever it is that allows you to find that clearing and that quiet space where you can just get really reflective. Don't take your phone in there and all the things that distract you. I want you to just find that space where you can just sit and just be with yourself and really sit with the emergency. And I guarantee you, if you sit with it, you will be able to see, oh, this thing is requiring me to step into my voice. This thing is requiring me to step into facing my fears and making me strong. This thing is requiring me to be a leader, even though I don't like being a leader, right? We all have our resistance around these things, but that's exactly why we need to do them, because we're resisting, and we need to allow the challenges to bring forth our strength. By facing resistance, we build resilience. And so the only way to get stronger in life is by meeting your challenges head on. And I share this quote with you because this has helped me so much deal with those challenges that I face, right? I still have those moments where I just want to freak out and be like, why? Like, I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? I'm right there with you. It's very human to want to react that way. And it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of practice and a lot of personal work to always have these types of frameworks, these lenses at which we're looking through life at the forefront. It takes a lot of practice, right? And so you may catch yourself playing the victim, and then you got to reframe it and go, okay, this is happening. I could totally get bitter about it, but what if I allowed it to make me better? What if I allow that thing to be a stepping stone for me? You know, we've all heard that saying, to take the stones that people throw at you and build something with them. Those stones that people throw at you, let them be stepping stones to where you go next. And so the challenges are the same way. They're stones that are thrown at us, and then we can just let them pummel us and, you know, feel bad about it. Or we can take those stones and be like, oh, let me build something with this. Let me lay it out in front of me, and let me own it and stand on top of it and move forward in my life. So it's not an emergency. It's just something trying to emerge from within you. What is it that wants to emerge from within you? There's so much greatness in you, so much potential within you. There are so many capabilities and abilities and possibilities within you. And every challenge in your life that you face is an opportunity to allow those abilities to come from within you out into the world as a reality. So if we can look at our challenges differently, we will grow in a completely different direction. You can totally choose to still be the victim to all the things that are happening to you. That is a very easy path to take. It's a very miserable path, but it's the easiest one. Or you can be a life warrior, and you can stand up and hold that head high and keep that heart open wide and say, something is about to emerge from within me, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see this new strength come to life, or this new ability, or this new potential. I can't wait to see what comes from this, right? So allow those challenges to be a catalyst for birthing new parts of yourself. Don't let those challenges be wounds that you end up carrying around for the rest of your life and being a victim to that wound all the time. You have the choice every day to step into your greatness. And one of the ways that we step into our greatness is by choosing to walk into our challenges with a different mindset. So your challenges are not there to just create emergencies that you have to spend your life reacting to. Your challenges are there to teach you how to respond, and through that responding to life, you build so much of yourself because you begin to excavate so much of what is within you, just waiting for you to tap into it. So my friend, my life warrior, I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that as you face your emergencies this week, that you remember this, that it comes to mind. It is not an emergency, it's just something trying to emerge from within me. Big shout out to Reverend Michael Beckwith at Agape. You can find him at agapelive.com. He is an amazing, amazing being with lots of wonderful wisdom and insight, and he streams his services live every Wednesday and Sunday, and I highly recommend that you check him out. So I hope that you have a great week and that you are able to face your challenges and your emergencies with a different mindset, and your heart set is full of love and joy and openness and authenticity as you make your way through whatever faces you this week. Happy Monday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fabulous week. It is what you make it, so make it great. Namaste.